Welcome back. Hope you all are doing great. We are continuing our story, our creation, not a story, our creation of something spooky. And so here we go. The last video, if you haven't seen it, it'd be an iCard. But the last video start off with a coffin, some skeleton pieces, and a few things. And now we're just, decorating this coffin. And I wanted to use the glow in the dark skeleton at first, but it did not work out for me. Did not work out for me. All right, so this is Charles. He met his untimely demise, and that's what the story we'll be getting ready to discuss. So he and a few friends, two other friends, were out. As people normally do, they go out and do random weird stuff. And there's this legend. The legend is I'm looking at this thing of sequence to see if I want to put some sequence stuff on it, and the answer is no. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that this project is taking this turn. So here we go. Charles, you should thank me, bro. All right, so we're going to take this. Cut this and cut it in. Cut that in. Cut this up more. So. All right, so what I wanted to do is make some drapes, some curtains for him to go right here to pretend like this is, you can actually see out the window. Really can't. So anyway, Charles and his friends heard about this crazy, funny ritual. Supposedly, there's a ghost at the library, and every October 27th, the week that the library starts to really get a lot of people coming in, the ghost gets upset because, everyone's disturbing the quietness of the library. So, over the years, the ghost has made sure that if you're coming to the library, you're going to be quiet. And how has the ghost ensured that? Well, ghost has been haunting the library for many, 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 many years. Some say it was an old librarian that does that. Some say it's not a librarian that does that. It's the groundskeeper because he loved books. And then some say it's just the library staff pulling pranks on people. So, who's to say? Well, anyway, Charles and his friends, because they are silly, decide to go and test out this. We're going to put this stick in here. This stick came from the pumpkins. Remember from video one? I should have sewed the stick inside of the thing, but backwards. Hashtag I am backwards. So anyway, it's working. 'Cause I visualize this. Can you believe that? Can you believe? I mean, I really did, but can you believe I visualized it? So anyway, you didn't know you was gonna get a sewing class today, did you? You just thought you was gonna get some kind of continuation. Well, around here, We sew, hand sew, because the sewing machine scares the crap out of me. That's another story, another day. It doesn't scare me. Let me just back that up. It doesn't scare me, but I want to know what the heck I'm doing before I start messing with it. And you can't learn like that. Learning means you don't really know much about it, and you learn how, why, when, where, and all that good stuff. But anyway, so Charles and his friends go to the library on October 27th, and they check out a few library books about communicating with the groundskeeper, the librarian, and they also ask for a job application. So the librarian there is very snooty patooty. They're like, I can't believe you're asking for a job application. And Charles looks around. He said, you look swamped. You look swamped, is what he tells her. And she doesn't like that very much. And she says, well, you can get all the other stuff, but not an application. I refuse to work with your kind. He's like, my kind? What does that mean? She says, the kind that wants to prank people. I know you only hear about the legend of the spooky night at the library. And he's like, well, I need a job. That's why I'm here. That's what he tells her at least. He's really there to about the legend though. And she says, well, if you're serious, I could give you an on the job, on the spot interview. And he's like, okay. Because Charles really did like books. I mean, he liked the library. Best of both worlds. He can work and get all the latest books that were coming out. Well, the librarian saw that he was semi interested and she really enjoyed that he didn't back down from her saying that. And so she says, I'll give you an interview in an hour if that's okay. We're really busy right now and my help is running late. If you could just grab the books from the book return, put them on this cart. Charles's friends is looking at him like, what is going on, Charles? I thought we were supposed to. And he says, you know what, guys? I'm going to have to catch you later. She really needs some help right now, and I want to help her. And so they're mad at Charles now. They are very mad at him. And they say, you know what? I can't believe you did this to us. You drove us here, right? Because this is not supposed to be type of really bad story. So we don't want it to be scary. It's a little spooky. So Charles says, well, here's my keys to the car. Come back and pick me up in 2 hours. Okay, and then we can go we can go get ready for Halloween. We can go buy some candy and all that good stuff. And they're like, okay, sure. That's cute. Anyway, so his friends leave him, and the librarian's like, oh, Charles, you're really serious about wanting to work with us at the library. And he was like, I love the library. He tells her that. Um, and he tells us stories about how much he enjoys the library and all those things. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that you really like the library like that. And he's like, yes. And he tells her his favorite book and all these other things. So, needless to say, she's really impressed. She's really impressed with that. So, as Lefty is setting up the booth and everything, and Ray puts out the open sign, the time that they're going to be operating, she decides to put a handle with care in the front of it, right? Basically, a do not touch sign because you know how people can be rude, right? So Says don't. And she puts the do not touch sign on, but fragile, handle with care or whatever. And he's like, why would you put that sign there? That's what Ray asked her. And she's like, listen, Ray, do you, and I'm going to do me. Okay? All you got to do is stick to the script, Ray. Stick to the script. And so now Ray is feeling some kind of way, right? Because he's the boss, supposedly, of this operation. We're going to try and see if we can find this poison thing from Tim Holtz on here. And if not, because I'm not going to dig through this thing, I'm hoping it'll just pop out at me really quickly. This is from probably Joanne Fabric, and it has 68 pieces in it. 65, and it's called Urban. And we're looking for just some things to decorate the front. I'll put perishable on there. We could put fragile and perishable on there. That would work. We did already put a handle with care, and I don't see the skeleton thing. Poison sign. That's okay. So we'll do two, perishable, and handle with care. Two is not significant to me. Doesn't hold any weight in my life when it comes to crafting anything like that. Some people like to craft their favorite numbers, things like that. So we're going to use this art glitter glue. We're just going to do some little collaging. So anyway, Ray looks at her and he's like, you know what? I'll just go along with this to see how well we do. So the first person comes up, and now mind you, Lefty has decorated the front of the truck. She's made it look real spooky. She's done a lot of stuff. And so it's like a little tour around there. And she's even rigged up a few things that will like grab your hands if you touch or reach out or whatever. A few skeleton bones here and there. And some green liquid oozy goo. I'm gonna put perishable right on the side like that. And special delivery at the top. Okay. And so as people come around, the auditory clue that she gives is her saying, well, we offer coffins for real people. This is not just a show, this is our business. Right? So they get up to the coffin, and Ray starts to tell the story about Charles. The story I just told y'all about Charles and how his love of library books got him this prime position. I want to put something right here. I want to put a skull right there. And Ray reads the story, and he's very animated. No one can see him because he's on a microphone. And no one can, no one knows anything about it. They think it's a recording or whatever. Then somehow Lefty has rigged it where this guy's head and stuff will move, and it's all very sideshowy, right? Very sideshowy. And they're excited. The people are excited about the thing, and they walk up to the two people. The group that's there walks up to Lefty, and they're like, "So are these coffins real?" Says she'd like to try one out. Like this twinkle in her eye. And the guy that asked her that, he's like, no, but I do need one for my mother-in-law. Right? She says, okay, we could do that. She takes his name and information. And that is how Lefty saved Ray's business when it come to getting money. She honored her deal that she would stay for 2 sessions, but after that, she decided to leave and drift on because she was a drifter. The day that she left, something very peculiar happened. Charles got mail at Ray's store. very peculiar. Very peculiar indeed. We're gonna give Charles some green eyes because those are two colors that I could find two of, right? Um, oh my goodness. Lefty did not leave a forwarding address. He did not leave a forwarding address, and he wanted to know how she came up with this story of Charles and the librarian, right? Because I didn't tell y'all the whole story, and I will not tell you the whole story. You'll have to wait for another time of spookiness, right? If there is another time for spookiness, we'll see. Needless to say, Ray's freaked out by this because he had questioned why Lefty wanted to leave such a profitable market. They were able to get money as a sideshow thing, and they were able to get money as people that were selling coffins. And she said, "No, Ray, a deal's a deal. I told you I'd stay for the tour. We did our tour, and I gotta go. I need to run. I can't stay longer than, the time that I've allotted myself." And he's like, despite everything, we make a pretty good team, don't we? And she looks at him and she just smiles. He walks away. There have been rumors that there was some smart person that would visit the library from time to time and help the librarians out. All the books would be neat on the shelf, put back. At the end of the day, or the librarians would leave, there'll be no work for them to do. And they come back to work and everything will be nice and neat. Charles and the librarian will never know what really happened to Charles. But he does like books. He's there with his little book situation going on. I'm just trying to put a little bit of things here because I need some more body parts. That didn't sound right, did it? I do need some more body parts. So I think we're done. Let's check this baby out. Let's take it for a spin. All right, so this is our front of the coffin. The back is plain because we want it to be able to sit on a shelf or whatever. And then here's Charles reading. I have a little window that we have made. Some spiders. I probably need to go to Walmart and get some more miniature spiders. And then right here we don't have anything. It says fragile, do not drop, handle with care. And we have Charles reading a book, maybe to his friend downstairs. I don't know, and sitting on some pumpkins. I did enjoy making this craft with you all. I know I have two coffins, I only did one. But sometimes, you got to save something for another time, like we're going to do. So I want to say thank you all for watching. And until next time, be spooky.